This nigga, bro. Player like some poker.
All right, introductions and plugs. Welcome back to Superior Minds Podcast, episode 5. We can go title this one a reboot because this is going to be the start of us getting back on track. We're going to be on here every week. Feel free to hit us up with topics, anything in a comment, all types of stuff like that. It'll be fine. First, starting off is we're going to start with Hero. Hero, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Hero. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at XXXGHero. That's XXXGHero. I talk about mecha or just be shooting shit on there. So y'all show me some love.
Then we got Deus.
What's poppin', y'all? Y'all already know who I am. You feel me? I don't need no introductions. You dig? And until the ire up. You feel me? Only real niggas. So, but yeah. Follow me on Twitch at ThatKidDeus and on Twitter at ThatManDeus. You feel me? Because, Jack done got my bitch ass out of here. But yeah.
Man. Next, we got my man Shaun.
What's good, everyone? Happy Halloween. It's Shaun. Twitter handles at Warrior Shaun. You already know who it is, how it is. I'll see y'all every week. We're going to get into some really good stuff this episode.
And we got my man, the Almighty Keith.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Y'all got me? What's good with y'all? It's QuisAlmythy on Twitter, QuisAlmythy. Yeah, go ahead and follow your boy. What's good?
All right, last but not least, so far is me, ASAP Rocky, ACE Sap Rocky. Same name on Twitter, IG, pretty much all platforms. So that's it. All right. So first topic is a pretty sad one. We lost a great actor and
An icon.
Everybody's uncle, granddad, and everybody else.
Bang, bang, bang.
Witherspoon's death. So how everybody feel about that? To kill peace.
I mean, it definitely hit me. Like, especially I was just thinking back on like all my childhood memories, like watching like all the stuff he was in, John Witherspoon. Like I'm thinking now, like, bro, like how are we gonna get the Boondocks reboot without John?
What'd you say, Hero?
I said, how are we gonna get the Boondocks reboot and John not there? The fuck?
No cap. Like,
It's not gonna be the
nigga,
same.
I forgot about that.
I ain't gonna lie. Like,
wait, he played the granddad, don't he?
Yeah,
he was granddad.
Granddad.
I feel like low-key they already recorded them.
That's what I'm thinking.
I thought about that too, but I was just so sad on the situation. I was just like, nigga, fuck them recordings. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I almost choked. This is someone that was in the entertainment community and the black community that I looked at as pretty much like a father figure. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he put out a lot of messages throughout his years of work, and he was definitely a role model. You feel me?
what's
Bro,
that?
it's crazy because like I didn't even know he was 77. I didn't know he was 77 at all. I still feel like that's young. Cause
Right. Does anybody know the cause of death?
nah,
I don't know.
I could actually see. Let me see if I.
That shit kind of came out of nowhere.
It hurt because when I first saw it, I think I was on Twitter. I was on Twitter. When I first saw it, you know how people be trolling? They'll like put up a picture of a famous old celebrity and the caption like they talking about they just passed away, but really they just on this day Morgan Freeman woke up and ate 2 bagels. Like
Right.
just be like on some troll stuff. I thought that's what it was at first, and then I read the whole thing.
It's like, nah, it's for real this time. We for real lost somebody.
And then one of the YouTubers that I'm subscribed to, Run JD Run, he's actually John Witherspoon's dad. And so I saw him post saying
I
his
mean, his
dad just
son,
passed.
His son.
And that hurt.
truly.
I was like, feel
I don't know, bro. It's
bad.
just like literally ever since like I was legit like I've been watching the Boondocks and stuff, you know, and like the Friday movies and all that. So I know him as, you know, basically everybody's granddad.
Right.
Like
That's
for
pop.
real, you know.
Pops,
Yep.
uncle,
Yeah,
granddad,
all that shit.
somebody older brother somehow.
Like he was funny. Like he was funny as fuck, but like besides like all the funny shit, you know, like he was a genuinely a good dude. Like he always passed on like good messages. Like he never had like any negativity, you know, towards anybody like that. At least from our perspective, you know.
Right.
But it seemed like he was just a genuine good dude, and it's sad, you know. Like end of the day, bro, dude was 77. He had a good run, you know.
Right.
But
Exactly.
Yep.
it's still sad to see him go, you know.
For me, it's more like it's crazy to think about how many people probably not gonna be around that I'm not gonna get to meet by the time I ever become big.
All right.
Yeah.
I kind of saying like you kind of have this idea like one day you kind of think like I want to meet these people, like these people who impacted my life. Like one day you kind of want to meet them and just like thank them and like speak with them. Like you kind of always have that kind of dream, I guess. But
Yeah.
as you grow older and like some of them pass away, like it's a tragedy or just natural cause of death, like but that dream kind of fades away a little bit, like as you get older. And that's just life. But
Bro.
enough of that sad shit though. This past week, we've had some time to marinate on it. What y'all think about Kanye West's new album, Jesus is King?
Should I go
Shaun,
ahead and go first on
I'm
this?
going right to you right now, Shaun.
This is the way.
I'm going to hear Shaun speak right now.
Look, I literally from Friday to Monday night, I played the album. I listened to other music here and there, just to my coworkers while I was at work. But by myself, I played the album over and over and over and over again and just absorbed as much as I really could. Of course, I'm gonna go back at later dates and rediscover some stuff I could do with every album. But in my own personal realm, I love the album full on like any other Kanye
I'm here to
album.
trick or treat.
Get that kid some candy, man. But anyway,
Show them kids some love.
in a non-subjective manner, objective, I believe the album is wrong like 7.5 to 8.5 because there's so many improvements that could have gone into it, and
Right.
the length, the overall shortness of the album just makes it hurts you because there are a lot of tracks on this album that have great grand potential, and some of them are cut a little too short, and also the lyrics could be.
Bro, I feel like that was the problem. I played through the whole album, started getting in my workout groove, and the album was over. I was like, hold up.
But
I was like,
as
I didn't even finish my workout yet. What's going on? I gotta get on YouTube and restart it again. Like,
as a sense of feeling towards it though, it's definitely an album that can breed inspiration, express emotion and positivity that people really aren't getting out today. And that's why I appreciate it.
Right. I didn't give it too many listens. I probably went through it maybe 2 or 3 times. But in terms of how it compares to like the rest of his body of work, where would you place it at, Shaun? Would you say it's among his best or kind of toward like bottom tier?
Definitely, and this kind of ties into this does directly tie into the length of it, because the album runs by so quickly that by the time you're on the second listen and you haven't realized, because the album's it's less than 30 minutes. So if you listen to it for an hour, that's 2 whole listens.
Right.
I place it pretty high because of its just the way that the album can be. You could put it on shuffle because the songs don't blend together, so it doesn't sound like when you put it on shuffle and a different song comes on than what's supposed to come ahead. You don't you don't get messed up on that, because every song is very in it of itself in the album. So just with that variability and variability and flexibility, I would honestly put it top 3, because my previous top 3 are Dark Fantasy, which is still number 1, The Life of Pablo, and Yeezus. And I would put this directly in Yeezus, because I see Yeezus as the mirror image of Jesus.
I can see that.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. So you see, so you think that Jesus is King is better than College Dropout and all that?
That's what I'm about to say, bro. Like, really?
Like that's bold, bro.
Wait,
They're
Shaun, what
very
was your
bold.
opinion on the album, bro?
I did not
Nah.
listen. I did not say it is better. I'm talking about from my own feeling for each album.
Okay, so
Now,
let's go
from and in terms of objectively, if I had to like put an expertise opinion on it, just based on production, lyrics, everything that you put into when you think of what you would rate an album, Jesus is King would definitely go lower tier, because Kanye has projects like Late Registration, College Dropout, Graduation, Dark Fantasy, all of those. But as in a matter of expressiveness and just, can you play this album over and over, every single track over and over again? It goes very high because it's so short.
But
And every song is so cheerful.
I feel like that album was like very mediocre work. I don't know. It was nothing about it that sounded different. Sounded like every last 2 albums that I've heard from Kanye. It was only really 3 songs that stood out to me where I could, put it on loop or some shit. And was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like he really put his emotion into it. Right now, I feel like Kanye is in a space of just putting music out just to like please the fans. We're not getting that same College Dropout. That we're not getting the same hunger that we used to get from dude. And I know he probably he in a different state of mind right now, but I'm just saying
Well, I
don't think that
can
at all.
understand that, because when you think about where he is in life, when he was making his first few, he didn't he lived a very mediocre life. He was working his absolute hardest in order to get the spotlight. Kanye's been in the spotlight every single year since the College Dropout. He hasn't left it. So now that he has Yeezy Company, he has a ranch out in Wyoming. He has a wife. He's got 4 kids. He has all these other, and then he's trying to build infrastructure and all this other stuff with business and more businesses. He's not going to be as in touch with music as he used to be, no matter how much he loves it, because he has so much to work on all day.
can we really give him that leeway? Because you can say that about any artist.
It's true.
How many other artists have much going on as Kanye has going on?
But I don't mean any artist. It's just literally anybody. But let's say Jay-Z, for instance.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If we were gonna make a comparison, we could compare Kanye to Jay-Z. Jay-Z with 444, that's probably some of his best work, period, in his entire career. And he has so much going on the time he released that album. So I'm playing devil's advocate. Can we give an artist leeway on the quality of their music based on how at what stage their life is in and how much other things they got going on, or are we still holding them to improve on their other works?
I think they should be held to the same standard.
My thing on it
I
is,
definitely
if you're gonna make an album, put that energy into the album. If you don't have that energy for the album, hold off on the album until you're ready.
Yeah, I can see that.
I definitely agree with everything all y'all have just said. The point of like Jay-Z's 444, for example, right? The reason why that album was so, because 444, that is a soulful body of, that's my
Right.
favorite Jay-Z album, because you out of that's his 13th, and none of his other albums sound like 444 because it's so apologetic, complex. He's really deep in, but you gotta think of the circumstance behind where that album came from, right? He messed up with Beyonce, and that's why so much of the album was apologizing to Beyonce. Jay-Z had to work. He worked hard. Kanye didn't put in the work on this, and that's why it's so lacking. That's
Right.
not to say that Kanye has fallen off, because I definitely believe if he had put in the amount of focus that he does on Sunday service, he does on Yeezy, that he does on Adidas, that he does on everything else he got going, and he knew how to dial down on his ideologies. And this has nothing to do with Christianity, but just the way that he thinks about things. If he dialed back on that and was able to focus, Jesus is King would be no doubt the #1 album.
The reason why I don't know about that is because of the category it's in. Like, kind of trying to make gospel music in a way, like a rap gospel music.
It's possible.
So it's like,
Possible.
you know,
I mean, because think about it. Rock music wasn't popular with rap music, but there's so many artists who have dove into and they made rock music popular with people who hip hop. They've done that with pop. They do that with funk. They do that all genres. Even what's kid's name that just made country a part of
Lil
hip
Nas.
hop?
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas
Yeah.
X. Right?
yeah, but
That
like his song
became-
being #1 was for one a part of a meme, and for two a part of the fact that they didn't want it on #1 billboards for country because they were trying to say it wasn't country. So basically, like, motherfuckers is gonna keep streaming that shit because pretty much they took them off for being black. The song was country no matter how you looked at it. And all types of country artists said it was country. So in reality, everybody felt like they took his song off of the country list for being black. So that's the reason why they kept playing.
Honestly,
But
the genre is not what would hold it back.
it's not.
Like, I
It's
hear what you like,
the
where you
quality.
going, and like, music is music. If the music is true, it's gonna sell.
Right.
If it's not, then like, it's gonna do what it do, I guess.
I'm
But
gonna be honest, bro. I don't think this whole like the Jesus is King thing is gonna stick. And the reason why I say that is because Kanye got multiple personalities. No matter how, I mean, maybe it's not multiple personalities, but he definitely goes through different phases in life. But
Right.
he always changes so suddenly. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you go from graduation, college dropout, graduation, right? Then after that, we got 808s and Heartbreaks, right? Then we had Heartbreak Kanye. Then we had what was it?
Dark Fantasy.
Dark Fantasy Kanye. Then after that, we had Yeezus Kanye. Then we had TLOP Kanye. Then we had Ye, which is his recent version of him. And then now we have his Jesus is King. Like, that's just how he is, So regardless, his music's going to sell, though.
Like, Kanye is literally like Pablo Picasso.
Yeah.
Like, that nigga Picasso had artistic periods where certain periods of his life, depending on what was going on, that would heavily influence the kind of art that he would put out.
Yeah.
and people look back on it and they classify them because it stands out so much, and that's kind of how I feel about Kanye West. Is like he goes through these periods and his art changes drastically in each one. And I think Jesus is King is like the beginning of like this next phase of Kanye, which is like
Yeah.
this
The
born
thing is,
again type thing.
with this new movement that he's on, this isn't the first. Like, this is the first time that I would say that he put out a full body of work like this. But this isn't the first time that he like experimented with this sound or.
No,
this-
Kanye's always had a
Oh,
God
definitely
style.
not. He
Always had
started
that.
He
off
always had
with
it.
That's why I feel like if he really put more into it, he's Kanye, so like the album's gonna be successful regardless. It's not terrible, you know what I mean? Like I said before, it's cool. But I'm saying like I feel like since this isn't the first time he's put this out like that, it's gonna sell regardless. It's gonna be successful because it's not like people are hearing it for the first time and they're like, oh, I don't know about this.
All right.
Oh man.
True. Cause what? Like you heard it right in like what was it? Fade, right? On Life of Pablo with Tiana Taylor. Like that's a prime example of what I mean. Like like what Keith, oh my god, what Keith said. Like it's always been there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's always been there.
Definitely.
So how would y'all? Because I mean, I kind of think you're bugging, Shaun. You said you put Jesus is King over College Dropout. Like, how would y'all rank Kanye albums? Let's say top 3. What would y'all's top 3 be?
Personally, I couldn't rank. I don't really like. I pay attention to like his single works more.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna step back from this, but I wouldn't say this is his best work yet.
Definitely not.
No, of course not.
I liked College Dropout. That was cool.
Right.
Dark Twisted Fantasy is a classic.
Personally, I'm doing like College Dropout, Dark Twisted, Graduation.
No, I was going to say, and Graduation is up there for sure.
Most definitely. We're not even including Watch the Throne either. None of that. So I don't know.
That'd be up there too, though.
Yeah, I feel like regardless, no matter what Kanye does, his music is gonna sell. You know, end of the day,
He already has that cult-like following. Like niggas is gonna buy his music regardless.
He's
and
at
not
that
only
point.
that, it's like let's just like talk about him like as a person, for example. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't fuck with how we treat him per se as a community. I'm gonna be honest with you, because
either
like I don't care, but it's just like it's a lot of mob mentality when it comes towards him. Like, dude, he's trying, but it's just like I don't know.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah,
I mean, it's both parties really.
truly.
It's how he carries himself and how it's perceived on our end. But I mean, like, I would be lying to you if I said this man hasn't come out and said some outlandish.
Oh, he does all
Yeah,
the
no,
time.
definitely.
The thing about
Crazy
it,
shit.
That's what he
Kanye
is known
is not
for.
a good like. He's not a very when it comes to like.
He's terrible at
Speaking on the
communicating.
fly, public speaking on the fly, like that nigga is not good at it, bro.
Yeah,
He's terrible at
He's a
communicating.
terrible speaker, dog.
It literally was one time bro came on Twitter and started trying to talk about some Black history. And
that shit
was
came out
completely
all
wrong. Like,
Right.
like literally nothing he said was true.
I think his thoughts are very erratic, and he has trouble putting it into like his thoughts into words.
definitely does.
But like, he's just a very eccentric nigga, bro. Like, he's always been that way. But it's just now
really crazy.
Like, yeah.
That nigga know how to put lyrics on the paper.
Right.
Hell yeah.
But sometimes it's like that for artists because like a lot of the best artists that we've seen in multiple generations are not good at speaking. Like the way they speak is through their music. So
some people, um, some people aren't as articulate, but you notice a lot of those people, their music sells because they speak through it, and they don't like the difference between what you're saying is he's bold with public speaking, and he won't articulate himself.
Properly.
I guess properly. Yeah, that's what I'm going. That's what I'm looking for. But
Right.
you know what I mean? Like I think that's the problem. It's just like, you know, when someone's just loud and wrong, it's kind of irritating. That's not him all the time. At right now, it's like anything he says, he gonna get slandered.
Right. Anything he says, anything he do, like. But that's just. Let's go back to that mob mentality that social media has.
100.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like whenever a black man doesn't act the way that we have been kind of molded, you know, like in the community for these past years, it's always like a fucking witch hunt, you know. And I feel like we don't really try to see things from both perspectives and then make our decisions, you know. Because people would see shit for face value and it's like, wait, what the hell did this nigga just say? And then
Or they take
niggas
it out of
start trying to
context.
cancel motherfuckers, you know. But I don't know. But even in Kanye, he's, I'm gonna be honest, like in terms of the public eye, in a way, he's kind of immortal. Like you can't cancel him no matter what.
Dude, I was just gonna say that you cannot cancel that nigga, bro. So it doesn't
You
even
can't.
matter.
Yeah, like I don't get it. It's either like y'all either agree with the nigga or y'all don't. Just leave it at that, bro. Like,
Right.
People
and
try every
if
time,
anything, he low key
and
he's
it
trying to
nothing
do
happens.
more than some of the motherfuckers that y'all idolize, bro. Let's keep it a stack in today's
true.
society, at least. Like, dog, like we obviously none of us fuck with Trump, bro. Let's keep it a stack. But
Right.
at least the nigga tried to have some kind of dialogue with the nigga, at least, you know.
Mhm.
Now, I can't remember off top with what exactly was said during those interviews. I have to go back and look. But I mean, he definitely did bring up some fair points, you know, and he tried to get us in there. So
Some people tried to bring up, they felt like he was trying to get inside and kind of like, make it work for the people. That could have
yeah,
been the case. That's not what it really seemed like. I mean,
yeah,
like you can't really look at a person crazy for looking at that man crazy because he had on a "Make America Great Again" cap. You know what I mean?
that's facts. It's facts.
Right.
Like at that point, regardless of what he's trying to do, is promoting that agenda still.
It's true.
Like, oh no.
One thing that's admirable about, actually, two things that's admirable about Kanye is that one, he's one of the most bold people in history because he's not afraid to say anything that comes to mind, even if he say the wrong thing at the wrong time or might say something that's gonna piss the entire world off, which he has. He's never afraid to speak his mind, which is look up to because a lot of people, they hold back how they feel about something or they just go unheard because they're so afraid to speak up for themselves. And that doesn't exist in his life, no matter where he's at, even if he's drugs, if he's depressed, if he is walking into MTV Awards with a bottle of Hennessy ready to fuck up Taylor Swift's career. He speaks his mind no matter what. And the other thing is, no matter what you say about him, read about him, hear in his music, every single thing that Kanye has stated about his goals and what he's going to do, every single thing has come true.
That's
When
facts.
you look back at older songs, when you look back at older interviews, and it was an interview right after the album came out on Big Boy in the Morning, right? Big Boy showed Kanye a clip of interview that he and Kanye had 10 years ago, and Kanye was talking about how he's going to build a church and he's going to be a great community. Well, this day, a decade later, Kanye is touring around the world with Sunday service. He bought a ranch out in Wyoming. He already started to build a church in Calabasas, which he's still going to try to do. Is state of California took down whatever building they were experimenting with because of height policy. But he's still running towards his goal a decade later. And a decade ago, I for sure did not see him come even close to building a church. You know, he was one of the worst people in the world at the time. You know, this dude came and embarrassed this white girl up on stage, and now all of media is after him. Snake, he's a shark, and then like Jesus Walked, his first single, right? In the song, it says he's criticized for making music about Jesus Christ, so it won't get played on. Right. Now, Jesus Walks came out in 2014. Here we are 15 years later. He has an entire album that has gone number one on all streaming platforms, ready to go number one on the Hot 100 chart. He is, or the Hot 200. He is climbing. No matter what goal he speaks of, no matter how crazy it sounds, dude was in debt when The Life of Pablo came out. He was millions of dollars in debt, a debt most people can't even suffice to get out of. And now here we are 3 years later, and he has a multi-billion-dollar business.
Right.
So that right there, he's a person. He makes a lot of stupid mistakes that a lot of people can see against. But Kanye has something in mind that doesn't allow him to give a shit and allows him to work towards whatever he puts his.
That's facts.
That is facts.
Facts. Kim cool too for that too. Falling down with some real.
What'd you say, dude?
No, I said Kim is a real one for holding down. Even though niggas may hate her, whatever it is.
I can't imagine what she goes through dealing with him.
Hell
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't get Kim Kardashian slander in this day and age.
Like,
yeah, she definitely redeemed herself over the years, dude. Like she's not.
She redeemed herself. She trying to become a lawyer.
Yeah.
She's studying to take the bar exam. Like, come on now. Yeah. Like, dude, I don't know how. Like, when they first got married, everybody was on Kanye. Like, oh no, he done made a mistake. Oh no, she's gonna ruin his life.
Oh, God.
And then now I just be thinking to myself, I'm like, how much stress does she go?
Oh God. Like, but that whole Band-Aid shit was funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
oh my God,
I was like,
bro.
what the fuck? Yo, he really be bugging. But I mean, but then again, though, it was kind of funny because, like, all right, damn, he low key does kind of have a point. Why don't they have a brown Band-Aid?
That's true. All this over a little Band-Aid. He crazy, dog.
Dude, crazy.
And that's the reason why he will go down as, after he dies, and everyone's apologetic and everyone starts appreciating him because he died. He will go down as one of the greatest artists in history, one of the greatest businessmen in history, and a lot of people choose him as a role model.
No cap about it, to be honest.
And they gonna wait until his funeral to start saying it.
Of course.
Because that's how they do everybody. People hated Michael Jackson.
They don't ever give you your flowers.
Everybody become the ultimate fan after you die. It's just like,
right before Michael Jackson died, he was the demon of the media. After Michael Jackson died, everybody loves Michael Jackson. They don't even remember. They don't even talk about the kid, which I still don't even think. But everybody was like, "Oh, he died. Oh no, now it's time to appreciate. Now it's time to apologize. Now it's time to. Michael Jackson's the greatest. We're gonna play Michael Jackson on the radio every single day now."
Not only that, too. Like sometimes, I mean, I don't know, because X kind of had the same exact thing. Like when he was alive, niggas was giving him shit, but then after that, niggas started to appreciate him. But then even still, after he died, folks were still like slandering his name, you know.
Right.
And
But
I
like,
think
if we're talking about
that
impact
comes to
wise, X doesn't have as big of an impact as someone like Michael Jackson.
Nope.
that's true, but and I think the reason behind that was because X just wasn't big enough yet. He was definitely blowing up, though.
He was going. Nah, he
And
was going at a
then
fast pace though. We're keeping it a
Right.
buck.
he was going at a very fast pace.
Yeah, but his grow was really just started. Like after
Yeah.
17, his grow was really just started.
Yep.
Though, but the whole thing, like people this day who still don't understand, they still say, "Oh, he beat his girl." This. Um,
Look in the middle.
one, and this is what bothers me about people, and this is why I say I don't get into it with sheep, is because they look at headlines. They always look at headlines. They forever look at headlines. That makes their opinion immediate. When
Right.
Pitchfork released that clip of him talking about he was gonna beat he was talking about how he could beat a girl. That clip was from an interview that's on the internet. He was talking about he could do that, but he knows he never would because he loves her. He knows that.
Yeah.
But everyone took that small little clip after it was posted on Pitchfork's website, even though you can watch the full interview on YouTube. They took that clip and they ran with it. They were like, "Oh no, FX, he beat his girl, this, and that. He made evil music." Honestly, bro just made metal rock, hip hop music.
Bro,
And
like even
was
when a
spooky
girl
for
would
the
come
kids.
out, bro, like even when a girl would come out and say herself that didn't happen, friend would say that didn't happen, family would say that didn't happen. It's just like
Exactly.
The media said it happened though.
exactly like, or they were like, nah, she's just trying to protect him. He's dead now. What is
Yeah,
left? Is
like-
there like
Truly.
she has no reason to be telling people that, oh, nah, he didn't do that. Like,
What?
And dude, I gotta bring up this quote from Runaway movie in 2010. Kanye looked at Salida E. Banks, said, "First rule in this world, baby, don't ever believe anything you hear in the news, because
Truly.
that shit is true. That is autonomously true. Everything in the news is fake because they're making media interesting in order to get ratings. It's a business. They're here to tell the truth. They're here to spread gossip that'll get people, because people have sheep minds. And so if they think it's a
God.
little bit saucy, then they're gonna click on.
Right.
Like, bro, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Regardless of all this whole Kanye shit, there's a lot of shit that we should definitely be focusing on more. Like, bro, like the world, like fucking Cali's burning right now, dog. Like,
Oh yeah, I woke up this morning and it was smoky outside. It was smoky outside my door.
Crazy. California
Like, bro.
always on fire though.
hey,
that
bro,
shit
leave
always
that
on fire, but like it's really bad.
Y'all
This
stay always on fire.
It's Mother Nature, nigga. Like, damn.
Nah, that stuff ain't natural. Somebody setting it on fire on purpose. And I'm not talking about no civilian doing it, but we're not gonna
Yeah.
get into that.
You
Shit's
want to talk about
crazy,
government
dog.
conspiracies?
Cause somebody in the comments, he's a conspiracist. Like, they're gonna be on my neck.
So y'all done to talk about Dragons? His single.
Yeah, I was
Dog.
about
Yeah,
to.
did we
That
ever
was already
figure
gonna
out
be the
how
next
to
thing.
play it?
Nah, yeah, I know how to play it.
I bet.
Dragon got a
When's the
single.
release? When's the
Anybody
release
want to
date for the
talk
album?
about Dragon a bit before we play it?
I could talk
First, I
about
want to
Dragon.
shout out
you
my
know.
boy Paper Dragon. He's always just a smooth dude. Just be chilling. Just he always sound happy and everything. I want y'all to really support him. Listen to his single. Okay, it's a banker. It honestly, like, it makes you happy. Like, you just chill back and listen.
I haven't heard it yet. I'll listen
Like,
to it though.
like Shaun
Deus
said,
is
bro,
gonna
is
come through.
a cool, down to earth dude. Always animated in the chat. You know what I mean? Like, he'll just say some shit you might not even get it right off, but it's gonna make you smile because he said it from the heart. You know what I mean? With a smile on his
That's
face.
true.
So,
His music is cool, definitely vibey. So definitely go out and check my dude out, man, and support.
Hey,
Yeah,
gonna have to,
not
I can play this without
We
having to
don't play
buy
right
anything,
now.
right? Yeah.
all right, but yeah, Dragon is a cool dude, bro. Like I known him
Yeah,
for a minute. On some G shit.
Yeah, it to me on Apple Music. Do you have a SoundCloud link to it?
Does he
I
have a
don't have Apple
SoundCloud
Music.
link?
He should have a SoundCloud, but
I mean,
Just
we'll
send me
figure that out. Might as well move along and come back to it. Y'all got any agenda for this podcast?
Any agenda, bro? Look, I'm pushing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, everybody read Fire Force, read Seven Deadly Sins, and tune into the anime because that's what I'm saying, it's airing right now. And fuck with Black Clover because that's what I'm watching at the moment.
All right.
I don't really have nothing else to say on that, but check those out, bro. The animation, it'll do the speaking for itself, man.
Man,
All right,
I'm gonna just
I'm about to
say.
play it.
Okay, bet.
Here you go.
Man, what? I'm not gonna lie, yo. Keith, you really been pushing that Fire Force agenda though, cause like I'm low key thinking about giving it a try.
Check it out, bro.
bro.
I'm telling you, it's heat, and no pun intended at all.
I'm legit playing the song.
Okay. Yeah, baby, I'm okay. All the shit I've been through, now I'm okay. Bad bitch on me and she go both ways. I been counting on this money like all day. Okay. Fuck with my niggas, turn the whole green. I'm a young nigga, got money in the bank. I rolled 2 woods, now a nigga out of space. Had to cut a bitch off, cause the bitch is in the way. I'm getting money every day, I never let it go to waste. Niggas hate me in my city, they gon' say it to my face. I be rocking by myself, because these pussy niggas fake. Yeah, these pussy niggas fake, they be jacking my style. Watch the money pile, watch the girls go wild. I don't want no ace, I be smoking out the pound.
He said he played
Take her
for his
around my
computer.
house, cause she got
Anyway,
too many
pushing
mouths.
this week, bro, is
Monday,
Jujutsu
all
Kaisen,
the way
that
to
manga
Sunday.
was
I be swagging out like the
I really fuck with the
motherfucker wrong
characters.
way. Leaving niggas
There's this
slain
one
like a
character I really fuck
motherfucker
with. His name
holiday.
is
I feel dead
Toge.
inside, but you know a
Just
nigga
cause that
gonna
nigga just
be
makes making me laugh,
okay.
bro. Like,
Yeah,
they just
baby,
talking about
I'm
some serious
okay.
shit, and that nigga just
All
be
the
talking
shit I've
like
been through, now
Sam.
I'm okay.
They just be throwing
Bad
like random
bitch
ass
on
food
me and she
names.
go both ways.
It
I
just
been
cracks me
counting
up.
on this money like all day. Okay.
But I try.
Fuck with my
I'm gonna
niggas,
have to
turn
try
the whole
rereading it.
I'm
Try
a
reading
young
it the
nigga, got
first
money
time,
in the bank.
and like
I
that
roll
first
2
chapter threw
woods,
me
now a
off so
nigga
much. I
out of
was just like,
space.
yeah, I'm good.
You talking about Jujutsu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit gas, bro. If you ain't watching, if you ain't reading Jujutsu Kaisen, bro, you missing out.
Are you caught up, Deus?
Almost, man. Oh, almost. I put it on pause for a little bit because, like I like whenever I read manga, I like to like binge, you know. So I put it on hold for a couple of weeks, but I'm catching back up right now.
Man, I've been doing a thread on Twitter. Low key, I regret doing the thread though, because I just kind of want to binge it. But like, I know if I read too much without updating the thread, I'm just not gonna do the thread.
Feel that.
The problem I have with threads is like I'll do like 2-3 episodes, and then like when it's a thread that like, I mean like when it's a couple of episodes where everything's together and it's like one big thing going on, I just forget about the thread and I won't pay attention. Then I gotta re-enter all this shit later, and then it's like it's not even funny. So that's why I don't do threads.
Hey,
But y'all ain't got nothing pushing right now.
Got no
I'm
Call of
pushing
Duty
90s
drop.
anime.
Oh, you
Man, I don't
never-
even want to talk about that
go ahead.
shit right now.
Call of Duty drop, nigga. You ain't got it though. So it's good.
Yeah, that's cool, but I'm just bringing the
Yeah,
hype
had to
up.
put them out there.
Bro, listen, bro. I'm mad, dog, cause like it's look, I still go positive, bro, but that shit pisses me off, man. Like it's literally nothing but like people camping and claymores. Like the best way that I can sit here and explain Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 is that imagine Battlefield, right? But smaller in a way. Imagine TDM Battlefield, but smaller.
That shit just amazing.
It sounds
I
like
love the
you
game.
just suck.
That's
It's
what I
not
was
like
gonna say.
you don't
It
even
sound
got
like
the
you
game,
trash.
bro.
Right.
I don't want to hear
What
nothing from you.
It sounds like
What does
hoes is
that
mad
mean?
right now.
What'd you
Hey,
say?
I ain't
Sound
gonna,
like
I ain't,
hoes is
I ain't gonna,
mad.
I ain't gonna
He ain't
cap
got the
though.
game, but he could play better than you.
That definitely depends on what map you on.
Yeah,
Like,
no, the fucking maps. Oh my god, bro. They need to
some
fix it.
some of the
I
maps,
played one game today. I was smooth.
because bro, they'll drop you in a team deathmatch or drop you inside a capture the flag on like a ground war map out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then that shit will be fun as hell because like niggas will be everywhere across the map.
But I feel like some maps are way bigger than they need to be. Like seriously, if they need to drop an update.
I definitely fuck with it because like there's that one where it's like that they had that big ass cathedral building and
The Havana.
a whole team will go in there and try to hold down a cathedral building while the other team like it's almost as if you playing team deathmatch, but your goal is to get that cathedral building because that's pretty much what they do the whole time. It's like try to hold down that building.
Basically, dude. I don't know. I feel like I don't mind that the maps aren't 3-laned, but at least make it somewhat linear if that makes any sense. Like there's way too many hiding spots, bro. Way too many. And like I hate the fact that whenever I fucking like say I'm running, right? Say I'm running down like the main alley or something, and my character would just randomly call out enemy, enemy I have eyes on enemy or something like that.
God.
And they're nowhere to be found. I'm like, nigga, where is this nigga at? So I'm looking around like a fucking dumbass looking for Casper and shit. And I get fucking popped in my dome. I'm like, bruh.
I hate that shit.
They don't be looking at them sniper glints from the distance.
I see the lens glare, bro. I see the lens glare, dog.
Oh, weak. Nah,
But
bro.
it'd be like
that
last
shit,
second.
that shit be fun as hell for me. I'll be fucking.
Bro,
I don't know. I feel like it's more realistic. Like even if you in an actual war, niggas is everywhere.
Truly.
Like there's no one side. Niggas is in as many places as they can to pop somebody without them noticing. So
the thing about it is, like the game is designed in a way like you're not supposed to be running out in the open. Like
you're not.
It is a big ass road. Like you're not supposed to cross the road. You're supposed to like go through all the little alleyways and shit. Like,
oh my god, yo, that clip is funny as shit. But
Oh,
y'all saw that clip?
Yeah, I saw the clip.
Bro, but it's facts though. Like, yo, it'll be quiet as shit. Not one. There wasn't no gunshots at all, bro. It's just everybody sitting there waiting, just waiting.
Wait, what clip were you talking about?
It was a clip of some dude, right? You know that one map, like the one village map, the ruins.
Mm.
And you know, on the right side, right, where there's like the little schoolyard or whatever, and then there's a street they have to go through to get inside the ruins and stuff. Basically, dude was like chilling, right? He checked every single window, everything, bro. He checked everywhere. And then next thing you fucking know, as soon as he steps out, he gets popped by like in 30 different directions. Like, bro, you ever seen Star Wars Revenge of the Sith?
Bro, like if y'all play the story mode, y'all would realize that these maps are. If y'all play the story mode, y'all realize that these maps are built to go house to house. You post a pop house to house, like that's really how you supposed to play. Like you hop out of one house, you slide into the next. You keep doing that until you get it wherever you're going. Because even in the story mode, if you out in the open, there's like 10 niggas shooting at you. So
why would you even want to do that? Like, why would that be your first thought to just go out in the open? You know you're gonna get popped. That shit makes no sense.
But niggas is used to that shit because the goddamn maps like Nuketown, where you just running all over the map trying to keep the first person
I was
behind.
still going around the edges and like maneuvering through the buses and shit.
Bro, I watch people hop on Nuketown and run straight out in that middle and just start shooting everybody they can. And I mean, they do it, but in this game, that's not how that works.
Yeah. I miss
Like,
like some of the smaller maps like that though. For real.
all these maps are built towards like whatever team you're on, or like in the story mode. Usually, you have the least amount of people. Like you would have like 5 people on your team, and you you running through a whole city with people who gunned up in like each house. So
Yeah.
in a different spot. So if you got in the open, your whole team getting popped.
They definitely like when they said modern warfare though, they definitely meant it. You know, I feel like it is, like you said earlier, it is a lot more realistic.
Right.
Which is, it's not a bad thing, you know. Definitely not a bad thing. It's just not Call of Duty, if that makes any sense. You know, like it's not the Call of Duty that we're used to.
It's not the Call of Duty.
It really just depends on niggas' play style. People that are used to just rushing into fire are going to lose a lot.
Yeah.
People don't understand that like a lot of these maps are getting more compact, and the game speed is being increased every game.
No.
Yo.
Because bro, some of those team deathmatch matches is like they pretty big, but they literally got ATVs that respawn like every minute or 30 seconds or some shit. You could hop on an ATV, slide up towards the middle of the map real quick.
Them ATVs are fast.
No doubt.
Nah, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for all y'all to hurry up so we can get in a 20 squad ground war. What y'all doing?
I ordered a new controller. It's gonna get here tomorrow. I'm gonna start playing that game like crazy.
Oh, that's one thing though. You gonna want to have a controller no matter what. Apparently,
I always want to have a controller. I want to play the game.
Aim assist is just too OP. Like,
yeah. Tomorrow I'm about to be on there.
How do y'all block somebody?
How do you want to block somebody?
I'm sorry. Stream shit.
This man right here.
Well,
So what do y'all
fellas,
think about?
oh, go ahead. I think we was on the same shit.
Oh, you go ahead. I don't know.
I was gonna bring up Crunchyroll and Webtoons.
Okay, yeah.
Hold up,
Yeah,
before
what do y'all think
that.
about that?
Well, actually, nah, go ahead, because what I'm gonna be pushing was gonna be that anyway. But
Well, go ahead, get your shit out there, nigga. Goddamn.
might as well take this over because you know I'm the Webtoons pusher out here. Read TOG, Tower of God, you know, God of High School, Noblesse, Unordinary, Hardcore Leveling Warrior, Solo Leveling, you know, all. Anyways, back to it. So, Webtoons just 2 weeks ago signed a contract with Crunchyroll.
Yeah. So what does that mean, people who don't know?
As far as I know from what I've read, Naver Webtoons, now the problem I have with this is that Webtoon, they already confirmed Noblesse and Tower of God before the Webtoon. Right. So what I'm wondering is whether or not Crunchyroll, well, for one, Crunchyroll is going to be pretty much going to be in charge of developing how would you say it? Developing Webtoons. And so, like, as far as who's getting a studio and all that, it's up to Crunchyroll. Right. So, like, they're pretty much Crunchyroll's team is in charge of everything anime related and how that's pretty much what the partnership was about. And they pretty much have access to damn near all of Webtoons catalog, to be honest, which is a lot. That's a lot, because as far as I know, Webtoons has over like 200 or something mangas, plus or more. And when we're talking about popular series across all categories, they have at least like 20 series in total that get like episode, like chapter would drop, and I'll log in and read it, and it'll already have like almost 100,000 likes, like an ordinary. An ordinary easily reach 100,000 likes in less than like 10 minutes from the chapter drop. because people had notifications on for the app. So
going back to our conversation we had last time about different eras in anime, do you think something like this will be enough to cause a shift in like the era of anime to where we have all these webtoons being animated?
definitely, because they don't follow like they don't follow traditional. At least like a lot of them don't follow traditional styles. Like Unordinary kind of has like shonen, kind of has slice of life, has a little bit of it's hard to say if it's a little bit of romance, but it's a connection there between two of their characters.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a supernatural Esper type. So it's like a lot of these shows have many different aspects, and not all comics from webtoons are specifically Korean. Some of them are American artists and everything else. Like webtoons will literally host competitions of like someone's people drawing like the first 10 chapters of a manga or doing an outline of a story or whatever, and they'll let people vote on them and pick for it to become a manga. So I think it's definitely going to be a change as far as what we see from our normal traditional shonens that drop or particular categories, and it's going to be a whole lot more shows that are like kind of how Watch was, or how Shield Hero was starting off, where like it has a mixture of all different types of elements.
Right.
I would just want to add, I feel like webtoons would be cool. I personally don't read them, you know what I mean? But I feel like it'll last. It could change the game, but it all depends on how like the first couple of projects come out. Like you said, Tower of God, and what's the second one?
Noble Eve.
Yeah, how those are produced will probably depend on, like the future of that partnership, in my opinion. If those are successful, then I don't really know if it would make a drastic shift, but it's definitely a change in the anime community.
It's gonna be interesting because honestly, I'm starting to wonder if they gonna make like I'm wondering how they gonna do it as far as like Noblesse, because Noblesse is a finished series with like 550 chapters, and if I was to compare Noblesse manga chapters to some like One Piece, I would actually say they're a bit long on the app. So as far as episodes go, if they compacted it, you could easily get a good 100 to 200. If they just like they explained everything in detail, then you might get more. But I don't know. I don't know exactly how they're budgeting, whether or not they're going to do like 100 chapters in a 12 episode, kind of like how Seven Deadly Sins does. But I don't know. I guess as long as it comes out cool, then as far as animation wise, and most of the points get across, then it should be no problem.
Do y'all think? Because I think what you said about webtoons hosting manga not only by like Korean artists but and writers, but also by like Americans too. Do y'all think that will cause more like people of like people of color in that industry to be able to break in and have their works be read by the masses or whatnot?
You talking about webtoons?
Yeah. Because I'm thinking like this year we had Cannon Busters come out, right? And that was like really, I think that was really impactful for like Black culture, just to see like our people do it and have representation and whatnot. Do y'all think we will see more of that with Crunchyroll partnering with webtoons in that kind of avenue?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah, they definitely like I would say Tower of God even has multiple characters who can of brown skin color or black, and they seem to fit in pretty fine. It's like they're not doing any like extraneous lips and shit on them and all that. They just look like as much as regular character. You know how Yorichi is?
Yeah.
They're characters like that. But
man, as long as, bro, I see no problem with it. As long as like everybody's just respectful with each other's art. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I don't know. Some of them might be weird though, because like
Yeah, of
Unordinary's
course. I mean,
art
some are gonna be
style.
weird, but you know what I mean. Cause I like, cause oh my god, cause you know how niggas be like, I don't know, niggas would be like, oh, like this our shit, da, 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 da. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, like as far as like
that was
art
kind of
styles
vague. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of I'm kind of iffy on Power of God because like, I'm wondering how they gonna do an art style because there's a clear difference between how good the drawer got between season 1 and season or we're just in the season, but even season 1 and season 2 and going up, you can clearly see if you like read his first 50 chapters versus reading the last 10 now, or like some of the panels I show you guys and shit that's drawn, it's a complete difference.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
I picked it up. I did pick it up just recently. I read the first like chapter, and I was like, this shit does not look like what Aizen lobbed in the chat.
that's because he's gotten better over the years of drawing. Like there was points in his blog posts in which like I won't even say use his blog post because sometimes that nigga would say SIU would say some shit in a blog post and then he'll go against exactly what he said. Like he'll be like, oh, I hate drawing Karaka scales and then draw a full panel page of Karaka from head to toe, all colors and everything. It's like, why do we get this if you hate drawing this thing? But he's definitely gotten better at drawing overall. Art styles like on Ordinary, I'm kind of iffy on how fight scenes and stuff will go down. It's because the art style is more comic. It's really comic book, like altogether. Like the way they punch, all types of stuff. It's really comic. So I don't know. Maybe if they make an anime that has that, it would be cool. But the storyline for Unordinary itself, I think, is what makes.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm just waiting for that solo leveling.
Yeah, I need that expeditiously.
Oh God.
Like, bro,
It's crazy to me how solo leveling blew up like so much. Like, anyone who likes solo leveling, I think will like hardcore leveling, which is like it would be pretty much what it's pretty much like the character from solo leveling, like as a main character, that main character in Hardcore Leveling Warrior already reached the top, and like he gets fucked over and he has to restart.
Oh wait, so it's the reverse. Oh shit.
It's kind of like, yeah, he was already number 1. They called him Hardcore Leveling Warrior. He was already number 1. Nobody could touch him. Like, and pretty much somebody used like some pretty much cheat item to where it was pretty much like I would say a SAO, kind of like SAO, but instead what happened is people played the game so much that like the game itself became in real life currency type. Nobody's talking about Star Citizen Hero. That's what happened. That's pretty much what happens in that MMO. And he was number 1. And pretty much like the game was so advanced that like it started having bug AIs and shit. And wanted it like they literally like kind of cheated, forced his character back into level 1 by killing him with like some cheat dagger or whatever. But
that's some bullshit. I'd be pissed.
And then he has to start over. But you watch him take people on that are like at such these higher levels than his level should be at the moment, and he's just so fucking good at the game. They're like he will find a way to put these dudes in submission, like as far as tactics and everything else. And one of his main abilities is like, so like in that game, a lot of characters can get personal attribute, or like it's randomized to your character when you make a character. So like you might randomly had a personal attribute of Hercules, and you get all types of buffs. He had the personal attribute of like the greatest gambler or something. He had a skill called Lucky Coins. So like he can use the coins to either boost stats, boost his luck, boost what he gets as far as rewards, all types of shit like that. And like he would fight people, pull those coins out, beat them, but the whole time he'll be betting people's stats and shit. So like he'll beat a person and then take 500 off them stats and put it on himself because they thought they was really for the win. It's interesting.
Wait, you said what is the series called again?
Hardcore Leveling Warrior.
I'm gonna check it out. I don't know why it made me think of Sword Art Online.
It kind of has a similar.
Low
It kind of has a similar expo, except like he was already number one, and they kind of juked him to make him go like back down to the bottom.
All right.
Because like it's shown that if this dude was like still number one, pretty much all the plans that people was trying to implement to do all types of crazy shit to like take over the game world or whatever, he could have stopped that shit by himself if he was still number one. So.
What do y'all think about Sword Art Online's new season? Y'all been keeping up or?
Look,
Yes.
let me talk. I want to. Oh, this
It
is
has a new season.
All right. Let me explain to y'all something. The Sword Art slander, that shit needs to stop. I'm sorry, bro. It needs to stop. I get it. Y'all didn't like season 2. That's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine, bro. But what we not finna sit here and do is act like the whole series is mid. Because we all know damn well when season 1 dropped, we was all on that bitch heavily. So let's stop the cap, bro. And Alice is like, oh my god, Alicization is so damn good, dude.
I mean, Gunga was good too.
Gas.
Fucking gas, bro.
I mean, Alicization, that shit is a movie to me, bro. Like that shit just looks so clean.
So good. It's so underrated.
Amazing. Like it's just incredible, dog. And I'm like, bro, how can y'all really look at this shit and like honestly say like they use it like almost like a meme, like whenever someone wants to compare, like let's say like people want to troll on the timeline, so they'll be like, oh, Hunter, like Sword Art Online is better than Hunter x Hunter, right? To like troll Hunter x Hunter fans. But it's like you're saying that like Sword Art isn't good. Like
yeah, like
I don't know. I put that. I'm not gonna say Sword Art is better than Hunter x Hunter, but Sword Art is damn good, dog. Like
Sword Art's fucking fire.
If Sword Art went from like straight, pretty much you guys do you guys know that there's a manga which is like a rewritten manga of the original Sword Art Online?
Well, there's a light novel series, and then then there's a manga.
Yeah, like he started like a rerun, pretty much fixing all the stuff that he didn't like.
Right.
So like, bro, if that was the anime right there, it went into Gun Gale, and then it went to Alicization right now. Sword Art Online would be up there with Hunter x Hunter in my opinion, because like what killed it was, in my opinion, that little 1.5 arc, whatever crap that they had.
It wasn't 1.5 arc. It was the fairy dance arc, which I mean, contextually, all that shit made sense. Like niggas just like it's almost like niggas hate Sword Art Online because the first half of season 1 was so good that when they changed the setting of the story, like people were just mad about it. But it's like the second half of season 1 was still good to me. Like, who gives a fuck that they're fairies or whatever the fuck? The story was still hitting to me, bro, and it made sense. Like, I don't know, that should just be kind of aggravating me because to me, like, Sword Art doesn't really have bad arcs. The story, the overarching story is very like,
I mean,
it's very profound to me sometimes. Like, I don't know, that should just be hidden.
I'm not gonna lie, Sword Art low-key put a lot of isekais on too.
That's facts. That is super facts, dog.
It did.
The stack, bro. And not only that, it's like it's like, bro, like what did y'all expect? Did y'all honestly sit here and think that they were gonna be trapped inside this fucking game forever? Like, come on, bro.
I know, exactly, dog. Like, I think they're gonna be trapped in Aincrad for 4 seasons, bro.
Yeah, like
if we had 4 seasons of that, would y'all even like that shit still?
I mean, it could have happened, but like the rate, like if they were to like kind of slow the pacing down a bit, right, and then let us know what happened in between from like floors, like 25 to I don't know 70, for example,
Yeah, I know
then it would have worked.
Yeah,
but then it would have been like okay, like
I feel like they didn't have to do all 100 floors. But
Yeah.
they could at least did like every 5. Like every 5 would have been a good amount personally between what floor, because like usually every 5 and 10, usually on all the 5 and 10 floors they have the biggest issue outside of like random shit like 64
and not only that, I feel like main thing is that they weren't gonna make it to floor 100 in like vanilla Ironcrad. Like they were gonna do it. They were gonna like it was designed for them to fail. Like seriously,
exactly.
Even the own game's creator had to fucking cheat. Kirito wasn't doing all that shit by himself. Like if they were to make it to 400 in regular Ironcrad, they would have fucking died. Every single last one of them.
And y'all saw in dialogue, they were saying as they're climbing, like the bosses were just getting too hard, and like they were like still like
it was physically impossible.
They were losing too many good people along the way at that. Like
they were losing too many people. And shit.
Like the main group of people that were going up were all like the best players. So it's like
and they were getting clapped. Like they were dying in one shot, and I think they were only like what was it, boss 80 something? I think
they're close. They're close, but like they still had a ways to go. Like dog. They
like
would not have
it got to a point. My bad. I'm sorry, but it got to a point where Kirito was literally soloing every single boss, and he can't do that shit. Like, bro, like, and he eventually give them all like the jewels that they needed to like power level like him, but then they still were getting fucked up.
I think it was something like that.
But like at the same time, Hellclef and Kirito was like the only two they had. The only two, what is it? The only two one-person skills out of the whole game, which is like skills that can only be applied to one person in the game. I wish they did. I wish we could have seen like more of those. That was cool because like Hellclad had the shield with the special abilities. Kirito had dual swords. Like, bro, if we had seen more of them or all 10 of them, that should have been cool in my opinion.
But that was the way Kaiba designed it. So basically, Kaiba always saw himself as the main villain. I think he said like his plan was that after reaching like the 100th floor, he would basically reveal himself, like the guildmaster would reveal himself to be like the king of Ironcrad, and they had to fight him. And it was supposed to be whoever had the 2-sword skill was supposed to be like basically the hero of the game.
Yeah.
Right. And that's supposed to be the one that's supposed to defeat him. So like it was kind of designed to where only 2 people in the game were supposed to have like special skills. Basically, like the villain and the hero.
But I don't know if it's designed to where 2 people because it stated somewhere. I forgot where it stated somewhere. There's specifically 10 of them in total. And like, there's no specific known ways to unlock them. You just unlock them.
No,
like Kirito unlocked his for fastest reflexes or some shit like that.
Yeah, fastest reflexes. So
I have no ammo.
It was I might look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was definitely stated that there are 10 in total. They're just the only 2 that ever find it out.
I wonder what the others were. That would have been cool though. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, can you imagine like there's some crazy mage staff or some type of like?
Imagine Asuna, bro. Like imagine. Oh my god, bro. If Asuna would have got hers, dude, that should have been lit. I forgot what the black dude name is. I forgot. I watched this shit so long.
He kind of irrelevant though.
Yeah, like all of them is like a specific special skill that either gives you something, or I don't know. I guess it's weird to say what would be considered a skill. Like, would some of them be actual skill moves that apply to something? Like, say you have like, for example, y'all know Face Knight, the dude who does the 3 strikes at once. Like, what if they have a skill like that? That's like one of their skills. It's like you're always going to strike from 3 sides, so you always hit. Like, that would be some crazy shit to have.
True. Man, Fate, bro. Yo, all right. So I'm gonna post this later on too. But okay, people have been telling me about Mob. Have y'all watched Mob Psycho season 2?
Nah, I haven't seen it.
I've seen it, bro.
Peep it. Is all right. How is it?
Hold up.
I don't know because people keep on saying that it's anime of the year, man. So I'm gonna give it a watch. And if that's
Psycho
true,
anime of the year, bro. When
it's
Attack on Titan came
anime
out,
of the year, bro. Anime of the year contender.
bro.
Probably
Look,
contender, probably as
okay,
it
but
being
contender, bro.
animated year
Like,
period. No,
are
no.
we talking like top 3 animes of the year as contenders for anime of the year? Because I'm thinking like, bro,
I don't think it's top 3.
Titan, Vinland Saga, My Hero. That's my top 3.
Really interesting. I got
So,
as of right now, my top 3 is AOT, AOT, Vinland, and Fate. I thought I watched Heaven Feels Part 2 though. I have still to watch that bitch.
okay, but I'm still saying like Mob Psycho still ain't in there though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think my Psycho is top 5.
You don't think it's top? Ooh.
I think it's like 7 or 6 at most.
All right, so name your top 5.
Because we're talking about top 5 animated years. Vinland Saga is there. Because they did My Hero last time, I was in the middle of the season. My Hero is definitely going to be there this year, probably. That's 2 already. This Wano Kuni arc,
No,
because we're
don't say
still
that.
going through it. I don't know, dog.
Don't say that.
One Piece been getting hype all year, so it might be up there.
One Piece ain't
One
never
Piece been getting hype.
It's like the best animated
Forever.
arcs in a while.
It's
Bro,
definitely top 5 this year for sure.
When folks see this Luffy fight finna come out, even though it's gonna end quickly, that junk's still gonna be lit.
Man, I need to catch up, dog. I'm still on Fishman, bro. And Fishman, yo,
nigga, you still
I don't know
on
what y'all was
Fishman?
talking about, but Fishman is fire, bro. I'm reading
said
it.
that, bro. I told you it was fire. Niggas in the timeline.
Yeah, y'all niggas is capping, bro. I'm sorry.
Bro, there's not
Promise
an
y'all ever
arc
again.
that's not good.
I said Fishman
You
Alley
ain't
was
noticed
gas.
this yet?
Like, I feel like it is better to read it though.
I think some people just have problems with the fact that like, Luffy will sit here and have gear 4th and then allow himself to get beat to a pulp in like gear 2nd and 3rd. So if Luffy had gear 4th the entire start of the time skip, he just never used it. He would literally be like struggling in battles, not using it. So
I mean, who did he really struggle against before he used Gear 4 for the first time? He didn't really struggle against anybody.
No, I mean like and I know a lot of people say he takes unnecessary damage too, which I kind of get because we were talking about someone like Horty Jones. He could have ended Horty Jones way faster than he.
Yeah, see, look, I don't know. I didn't know he had Gear 4 throughout the whole entire time skip. I mean, it made sense though, because I feel like that's how it was going to end up happening anyway.
That's not that big.
It would have been stupid if it didn't happen. Yeah, that ain't a big deal, for real. I ain't tripping.
That's like that's one of the things that like people kind of have. I feel like I don't. It's not really a big issue for me, but I hear people bring it up a lot. It's like I don't know if you guys even know about the Katakuri fight, but like that fight there too, people are like, okay, so did he have this the whole time, or did he just learn how to do this?
Yeah, see,
that's kind of a common thing that's been happening in the new world so far. Up until Wano, he's actually learning stuff.
Like One Piece is great, post time skip is cool, but pre time skip is still better to me, low key.
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie.
About that one, nah. We about to have. We about to have a lot.
Skip One Piece,
but
I don't know, man. Like post time skip, it just
how many weeks is left until they actually like select anime of the year or not?
I think we got till December, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think One Piece is not in that conversation though. It's really not.
I'm wondering based off like I'm just thinking based off how many episodes of One Piece will drop. It depends on what part it gets to in Wano. because there are definitely
It's not
some
gonna
parts
be
in
in a
the manga.
conversation. Even
Man,
even the Luffy fight
Hero,
we're talking
negative.
about is not going to be. It's not going to be in a conversation for best fight of the year. It's not.
ooh.
Nah,
I'm
but
not gonna
outside
lie,
of
bro. I feel
that,
like Yaiba's about to get sucked off during this anime.
it's already,
It is.
it's already
Dude,
gonna be in there. Like
The Promised
everyone knows
Neverland
it's
is
gonna be
better
in
than
there.
Demon Slayer. Just saying.
you said what?
TPN
The
is
Promised
better.
Neverland. Have y'all been reading? I haven't.
I haven't read The Promised Neverland in like 4 months, dog.
Bruh, I'm not gonna lie, yo. I binged it, then I got to Goldie Pond, then I stopped. I don't know why I stopped, but I think I stopped because I picked up One Piece at the time, like heavily.
Oh, so you got to Goldie Pond, but you didn't finish though.
Yeah, I finished Goldie Pond. I finished Goldie Pond. Like I was about to get to the next arc.
On a strict or like a solely anime perspective, I feel like it's probably not even gonna get brought up. If it do, like I wouldn't necessarily be surprised because I feel like it deserves to be in a conversation of anime of the year. But it's just too much hype around this shit. Like
I think it's just I mean, this has been a very good year for anime. Like Promised Neverland coming out at the top of the year, I think is just kind of like made it so it's kind of in the back of everybody's mind. I think it was really good though. Like the soundtrack for that anime was incredible to me. The Deus, you need to finish Goldie Pond though. That shit is fire.
I finished it. Yeah, I finished it.
Oh, so you did finish it?
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Yeah.
I feel like TPN is probably going to get hyped up again during this. No, I feel like the hype is going to fall during this next arc, mainly because the narrative kind of switches in a way. It's still about survival, but this is the time where like they start to go into the offensive, and then things kind of like change up,
The narrative switches, but it's less of it's still kind of a cat and mouse type thing.
Yeah,
but it's less so like mental gymnastics that it was like when they were
season
in the,
1. Yeah,
right.
and that's what people thought the whole manga was like. That's what they thought the theme of the manga was, and that's what it seemed like. That's the way they
what
portrayed
brought
it.
people in, but the direction that it's going
is completely.
I could see people like fucking with it even more personally.
Right.
Nah, it's definitely fire. But I feel like a lot of people that came in there for the psychological aspect. I mean, oh my god, the psychological aspect. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm tired of shit. The psychological aspect of it. Ass point, bro. Chill. The psychological aspect of it. They're gonna kind of get thrown off for a bit, and then they're gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" But I don't know. I feel like TPN kind of handled it pretty well. Like it's still definitely there, but.
I mean, do you comparing season 1 or comparing the first arc to Goldie Pond, which do you think is better?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Goldie Pond is fire as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Goldie
That's what
Pond,
I'm saying.
man.
So like, I feel like people if people get too caught up on a switch in tone or direction of the series, like you're gonna miss out on like all the cool stuff that Goldie Pond is gonna do and like all the dope stuff that you see in the art. And that's kind of
how niggas are though.
You said what?
I say how people are though.
Right. And that shit was whack. Like people need to let series evolve. Like they want their series to just be the same all the time.
I feel
like you're gonna get tired of that shit.
Definitely. No, I was about to say, didn't another manga / anime go through the same exact thing? I can't remember. I could have swore though it was definitely recently.
What was it about?
Oh my fucking gosh. Oh shit. Nah, all right. So no, it wasn't Tokyo Ghoul. It definitely did that in anime before I read the manga though. That's what I was thinking of. I think it was Tokyo Ghoul. Because Tokyo Ghoul, the anime at least, even though it wasn't faithful to the manga adaptation, even then though, like that went from like Kaneki's psyche. I'm talking about oh my god, Tokyo Ghoul season 1 and 2. It turned into like a full-on action kind of thing instead of exploring Kaneki's development as a character. You get what I'm saying? That's like a prime example of that.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah, bet that. But I don't know. But we'll see how this year goes. To be honest,
I think
Shit.
KNY is gonna sweep. To be honest, I
Truly.
think it's definitely gonna sweep. I'm gonna be a little annoyed because I feel like Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga are overall better in terms of like, I mean, and people hype up Demon Slayer's animation, but I think Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga animation, like art style, Demon Slayer is very unique, but like animation and like direction, like Vinland Saga and Attack on Titan, dog, like that shit was incredible.
Shit, if we talk about animation, bro, Fate is right there, like right
And
in front of
Fate
your
too,
face.
right? And Fate too.
I feel like this year, bro, diehard anime fans, I don't think they're gonna let AO lose.
I'm at.
Oh nah.
Speaking of
Because then
Fate,
you also got to think probably a lot of Demon Slayer fans that are AOT fans too.
Mm-hmm.
I just like I don't know. I don't see it happening. Not this time.
Nah.
No,
Y'all got
we'll
me
see.
fucked up if y'all think I'm finna let KNY fucking be AOT, bro. I'm
I'm
gonna
for
keep it in
sure
the
not
stack.
voting for that shit.
And I'm not saying KNY is ass, bro, but I'm like, yo, y'all be
You gotta
real
respect the
disrespectful
GOAT.
with some of these takes. Like, I know I post hot takes every now and then, not as much as I used to, but y'all be real disrespectful with it though. Like,
Right. It just kind of goes back to this conversation that we have about like, gatekeeping and whatnot. Like I've mentioned it before, we have people like Ninja with like such huge platforms, but like let's keep it a buck. Like they're casuals. Like when in terms of like anime, like when you're calling Kimetsu no Yaiba the best anime in the past 10 years or like the best anime ever, it's like, bro, what are you talking about?
bro, niggas sitting here hyping a little ass girl in a box that only says two things, but like he just makes sound effects. Like,
what are we talking about?
And like I'm not even on a hater tip, bro. Like that, just the world in general is so dry to me. Like it's nothing that when you see their environment, nothing draws you in. I mean, like the animation's cool, makes that shit look lovely, but like
I mean,
yeah, it's just colorful. Like,
it's because you're not connected to their world at all.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is that they exist separately, like secret from their world, and that really plays like honest. It like it makes it less interesting as far as like these dudes are just like they just randomly pick up people and they become demons because like some demon attacked them out in a rural area, and then the rest of the world just somehow doesn't know any of this is happening.
yeah.
Right.
Like, bro, like whole towns are like disappearing and nobody's like batting an eye. That's kind of odd. Like, all right, in that right there, when I talk about like, you know, Yaiba's story, when it comes to world building, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, that shit ain't it. Cause like peep AOT, peep One Piece, right? Those are prime examples of fucking manga / anime, right? That do world building at in a phenomenal level. You know, everything that happens in the world, the whole world feels it. Like me as a reader, I feel like that shit done changed my life too. Like fuck, like I'm not here. Like, bro, I'll be at work thinking about this shit. Like, damn, these niggas are fucked. Like, you know. So it's just like I don't get I don't get that with Yaiba. It just I feel like I get an Akame got killed kind of vibe to it, you know. But even then, Akame got killed. The whole world still felt their actions, you know. Like they weren't blind to any of it. Like, bro, we have full on demons out here murdering people, killing them, eating like fucking kidnapping children, destroying towns, villages, like, and none of this is like nobody's questioning it. It's just like, oh, okay, like, I don't know.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. Shit. He's like, hey, bro, wasn't there a town here last week? I don't know. Shit. Like,
that's crazy, man.
Like none of the characters feel connected with the world, you know?
That kind of goes back to what Don said last time about how just I think this conversation we had before, but just Demon Slayer's story is very just like simple and straightforward.
Very.
Like there's not really a need to like flesh out the rest of the world because the story can still work without that. You know what I mean? Like
to a degree, I be wondering why the Demon Slayer corpse exists outside of like, because when you think about it, it's like, okay, the rest of the world doesn't know anything that's going on.
Yeah.
And it's like the only way you get added into this shit is if you a survivor from demon.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like, how y'all leaving survivors? I don't know. I just find it weird to me. Like as far as, but I guess that is the part of it being simple and simple and straightforward, because they really just build on character interactions, and fights. So
right.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like that's the thing. Like it's straightforward. You gotta watch it and enjoy it for what it is. But it's some of the people that are watching it and you see them tweeting about it that try to build these narratives that just aren't there. Like, bro, this is the greatest fiction I've ever read in my life or ever watched.
I know they ain't read One Piece.
I'm like, bro.
I mean, that's personal though with them, you know. That's like that's fair.
That's cool, but it's just like, nigga,
But
if
like,
this is the best shit you've ever read or watched, then you need to read or watch more.
I'm not really gonna get mad at somebody if they say Demon Slayer is the best thing they've ever read, because that, right, like you said, that's more personal. But like my problem is like when people start making it more objective, like Demon Slayer is the best manga or anime in existence ever to like just exist in the minds of humans, like just like what?
Ever to exist on the four corners of the earth with all the wind blowing.
Okay,
Right.
take it like this. Say these niggas say either way it's gonna be personal, but say they're like, okay, I don't fuck with One Piece, that shit's mid, right? And then they go on the internet and they say, man, this is the best fiction I've ever come across in my life. And you just know from like a development standpoint alone that it's just not on the same level. Like I feel like the masses should be able to agree on this. It just kind of makes you look at people's opinions on things differently when it comes to anime, at least.
Right.
I've always, like, this is the hill I've stood on from the beginning. I honestly think that people enjoy Demon Slayer for like fan service and all the little cute shit in between, you know, like demons getting their heads split open. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and the memes, the meme culture. Like, it's not horrible. Like, it's definitely a watchable and an enjoyable show, but I just don't see it how people try to portray it.
I agree 100%.
I guess the question is, what exactly do we gate?
What'd you say?
I guess the question is, what exactly should we gatekeep, or should be gatekeep? Cap.
Gatekeeping should be.
That's
okay.
just
So
no, but I'm saying what is more like, it's not the fact of there should just be gatekeeping. There should be gatekeeping on certain things, and if that's the case, what is it?
Baseless claims with no foundation, like people that are just speaking with
no facts to back it up.
With no facts to back it up, like none of that.
Right.
When people are just beefing for entertainment, like not talking about anime in the community, like as far as any Twitter goes, they just in there like to talk shit. They need to be kept out. And pretty much, like people that are just jump the gun and say something is the greatest of all time, like that's cool. You can say what you want, but it's kind of just like, personally to me, it's annoying. But I don't really I don't care that much to where I would voice it on like Twitter angry and shit. But I just think it's kind of weird.
I feel like certain things that the community should just know, like certain things should just be like almost like sacred. Like if someone come on the timeline saying like Attack on Titan is mid, like story don't hit, etc., like nobody should be entertaining that, bro. Like
I'm not gonna lie, bro. And in that regard, right there, I disagree because I will call your ass on it. Why don't you like it? Because yeah, you're right. We probably shouldn't entertain it because yeah, they just be talking. Some people just be talking to talk, but then some people just be dead ass, you know. Because I like to figure out. I like to try and see why people don't like certain things, you know, and the reasons why. And then I like to see if I can like kind of change their mind and then give them like, you know, like yo, give it a second chance type shit, you know. So and that's what leads to most conversations, you know, that's interactions. That's how it is. But I feel like I don't know, when niggas say something is the greatest of all time, that's cool too, as long as you have some kind of facts, like I said earlier, just to back it up, bro. Like if you can back it up with some kind of plausible claim, then it's like, all right, that makes sense. I can see why you say that, you know.
Right.
Not just because of
time.
yeah, not just because of the art and animation, bro. Like, is the story good too? Like, are the characters well developed? Is the world built? You know, like all that plays into it, you know. But we just have a lot of people out here that just be out here for likes and retweets to keep it a buck with you. Like, yeah, they like anime, but they just, you know.
And look, at the end of the day, like, it's not a bad thing to be a casual. If you just want to watch anime to turn your brain off and just like enjoy some shit, like, I'm not saying you can't do that, but I'm also saying like, don't jump the gun or jump out the window and start talking like this series that we all know is not better than some of the other series out there. Like, don't try to prop that series up as being like the greatest thing you ever, or like that to ever exist, or like the greatest thing, like work of manga, etc. Like, just stop. Like,
I feel
just
like it's
stay in
not.
your lane, basically.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's not more of like what's the greatest thing that they've seen. If they say, all right, it's the greatest thing that I've witnessed, and it's like, okay, cool, that's fair. But don't say this. Yeah, don't say like, oh, this shit is the greatest of all time. Point blank. Period.
Bro, get some of these fucking fan pages. These parodies, they need to go. They the reason for a lot of these weak ass takes that people be having. They be giving like niggas an extra platform to just talk bullshit on. So
I'm not gonna lie, some of these parodies they be drowning out my TL. Like I like seeing anime content, but it's just like a lot of them be posting the same exact shit, and it's like, dog, I done seen this Rock Lee versus Gara clip like 20 times in a row today.
Get
this shit off my TL.
We could probably even talk about that. That is so bad. Like, that's probably why certain shit gets dragged the way they do, because it's just oversaturated on a timeline. Like, no one wants to see. Like, you gotta let shit be great and then move on.
Right.
Just let the greatness, you know what I'm saying, carry it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to just keep trying to you don't want to keep spoon feeding someone content. I think I don't really have anything else to like say about that. That's just what it is.
What's funny is it still blows up every single time.
Where you come from?
My fault.
Two over here just jumping in.
Look, niggas can hop in. You feel me?
Hold up, bro. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Too Great.
Two, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Bro, I don't even know.
Man, we don't even need to do all that shit.
What's up?
That's Too Great. But no, go ahead, Too. Finish what you were saying.
Ecchi Hentai Lord Too Great. All right, what's up?
Oh God. Oh God, that was not it, bro.
That was fire.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
I don't know. I was talking about now.
I was talking about the TL being saturated with the same shit.
Yeah, I don't know how that shit still blows up every single time. And like the people who do it, like that's all they do, and it just blows up. And they're like huge accounts, but like that's all they do. So
I haven't even watched Demon Slayer, but let me post this fight. 5,000 likes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just do it.
Same fight the next nigga posted like 5
minutes. And I think it's the casuals that like that. It's like they just hit that shit and retweet it.
Oh,
and it blows
somebody
up.
posted a funny clip of this girl jumping. Let me put some Mario sounds on it.
Why do y'all think like okay? So you know how people do shit for clout, right? But like never have anything to talk about. Like, what the fuck do you want them numbers for? Like,
right.
They just want to be a big account. I don't know.
You want to be a big anime account, but you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. So like everything that you tweet, someone could literally copy and paste, put in the search engine. 10 other niggas said this a month ago. So it's like
no originality. I don't know. It's worse that or like people who just like tweet anything, just to
that shit.
that
Just
tweet
can't be
that
fun.
that tweet weird shit just for likes, and then like when you ask them, they're like, "Oh yeah, bro, I just tweeted that just to get some clout."
Yeah. You ever see someone's bio and it says shit tweeting or like whatever the fuck they want to call it?
Shit posting.
Shit posts, yeah, like bro, delete your account, my nigga. Simple. That's all I gotta say.
Now, so one of my viewers, she said, when we were talking about the whole anime earlier, she was like, she said like how people say they don't like Black Clover because Asta is loud, and when both Luffy and Naruto are loud people, they're not as loud. But if you can tolerate them, then you can tolerate Asta. Like that's all niggas be saying about the anime from my point of view, which is facts, which is definitely facts. But I feel like that just comes down to like Asta's voice just kind of being annoying.
I mean, it's the same thing. People just do that to new anime. Like, if it's new, they critique it and compare it.
For Asta, for the anime in general, for that anime in particular, Asta's voice actor was just like annoying as hell.
Yeah,
personally,
like,
to me,
but like the thing is,
y'all hate Asta but love Speedwagon. I don't get it,
bro. His voice is very tolerable to me. Like he doesn't even yell every time. Like literally, Naruto yells for everything.
I mean, it's cool
Luffy
that
yells
they
for everything.
It's
like,
cool. They
Luffy's funny though.
They can hate Asta, like, but
Asta's
like
cool.
it gets old at a point. Like you're like, all right, we get it. You hate it because of the first 3 episodes, and it just all right.
Niggas say that, and this isn't the bash Deku. It's just facts. They listen to Deku, and it sounds like he's whining. Like,
true.
90% of the show. Not even when he some really emotional shit. It's just like in his voice. He has like a real like how his dialect just I don't know.
He just has a very subdued personality, and that reflects in his vocal tone. But I'm just saying, with Austin in particular, his voice actor just sounded like a motor anytime they were yelling, and that shit was very annoying and cringy. Like y'all cannot tell me it was not.
It's not. I'm watching the shit right now.
But it also wasn't that long. Like he fixed his like. Since you were complaining about it, like he actually like fixed that. Well, it's also like kind of like character development for Asta, since Asta was a small whiny kid, not whiny, small noisy kid. That's like character development for him to like get like more
mature,
sophisticated in his like speech, not just
he
yell
actually has. There's actually dialogue where he's talking normally.
Mm-hmm. I mean, of course.
No, but I'm saying, like. Every time Naruto talks, it sounds like he about to yell.
That's not true,
bro. I'm not saying like he's yelling. It's just in his voice. Like the sound of his voice is just it's off-putting. But
he said, "Believe it 1,000 times." You just think he's gonna
believe it. Like you know what I mean? Like his voice is just fully animated. Like that shit.
Y'all can't say Asta's voice annoying and not say Speedwagon voice from Part 2 is annoying. Or not
I don't
say
remember. That's so long ago. I don't even.
Or not
his voice is not annoying.
Time some shit came up in Part 3 wasn't annoying. I know. Wait. What was that? No, it was Part 4. Wait, was it? No.
You're talking about like how he was
change.
super like how he was super.
Speedwagon is obnoxious. That's his character. Like
he was like big about. He was like, "Oh my god." Oh,
yeah, yes. Every time some shit was going down, no, I'm about to die. But shut
up. That nigga's funny.
I never thought of that. Everyone loves Speedwagon and like the community.
The reason why is
both of them Part 3 became Speedwagon from Part 2. That's literally what I noticed. Because like he wasn't doing it before.
The thing is that's how that's how JoJo's is like.
It's because he's a regular nigga, bro. And like every time something big happens, he gotta be like
and JoJo's
really
is
a lot of
so
these
bizarre that it just gets passed on, That's why I don't really mind it. Because like that's what I'm expecting when I watch JoJo's,
And you know why I love Part 5? Because they have no character like that.
True. Part 5 is definitely my favorite because
Part 5 had like
Speedwagon is an OG.
Yeah, Speedwagon you gotta respect. You gotta respect it.
Yeah, but like,
and that nigga was funny.
I was just saying. I didn't say he wasn't funny.
Like he was like super popular. Like they make so many memes about him being like.
You got people who do the same shit.
But as far as Asta goes, I don't see it, bro. I don't understand like what niggas complaining about. Like
I saw them hating it, but like for you to
I-
hate like 100 episodes later and be like, yeah, that's why I dropped it. Like, bro, we get it. You don't like the show because you watched three episodes.
I'm like 30 plus in right now, and he's developing as we go on. He's not as loud all the time, but even when he's loud, like the sound of his voice just isn't annoying to me. And maybe that's because I've listened to characters that are voices are kind of similar, like Luffy, Naruto, Goku, low key. I mean, like it's a bunch of characters that's like that. I don't know why niggas try to act brand new. Just say you don't like Asta. You know what I mean? Just say you don't like
Asta. I'll say that.
No. Just say you like bandwagon, because that's pretty much what you're doing.
Nah, I definitely. I think it's more just like you don't like Asta, bro.
Definitely bro. Because like even before the anime even came out, people was hating on it for no reason. Oh, it's just the same as this. It's just the same as that. Like, okay, it has the same shonen trope as any other anime do. What's your point? Like,
for what I'm getting from Asta's personality right now, his shit is very similar to Naruto and Luffy's. So
why does that make it
for
bad?
these niggas to say that he's like an annoying character overall is kind of weird too.
But if you have an ambition, bro, you're just a Naruto copy, bro. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like a bandwagon thing where people just hate something so much off a bandwagon that like they legit just start to hate it for real.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's a good point you made too.
What?
Naruto is definitely set the what the fuck? I just got a tornado warning. Hell no. I'm sorry.
Jump in your closet.
But not that ass. But I was gonna say. But yeah, that's definitely facts though. What you said. Naruto in a way is kind of like set the standard for a lot of these new shonens if we keeping it a buck.
Yeah, bro. If you haven't
having an ambition, it's the way that Asta has his ambition. Like Naruto just wanting to be Hokage, for him, I guess, basically because he wanted respect and attention. And like it was just kind of like a generic, like I want to be this guy. The same way Asta is like I want to be Wizard King, but like for what? Like you get what I mean? Like the way they're each going about it is just very generic.
I think it's different for Asta.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's for like to bring the people
I also
together.
think it's different for Asta.
The reasonings are low key similar. So that's the thing. It's like how can you really?
I think Asta is like
one.
How can you not draw a comparison?
Hold on.
Naruto wants to be like Hokage to get acknowledged and all that. Like Asta doesn't care what people like. He just wants to bring the peasants and the like everyone together.
It's more like Asta's actually trying to fix the country problems that's already there.
Naruto's
he wants to become Wizard King so that he can fix the country problems that's already there. Naruto first started off wanting to become Hokage, just so people would actually respect.
So sophisticated, bro. Like, oh, this nigga want to be a politician so he can fix the inequalities. Or
that's literally what it is.
Be king, bro. Like,
this nigga wants to be Wizard King.
People I look down on. Like, okay,
he wants to be Wizard King, bro. He already said to be, for one, important. That's one. To be the most powerful and to pretty much support his family. You know what I mean? Like it's really no different than Naruto wanting to be the Hokage to be acknowledged.
But like I think Naruto's like after pain, that's when he started to like change his ambition a bit. In the beginning of Naruto, they did not have like the same. He did not have the same as Asta has right now. It was more like I want to be recognized by everyone.
Right.
That's not like the same. That's not really the same as Asta in the beginning of Black Clover.
But Naruto also wanted to be important. Like that, those two really pretty much go hand in hand.
He wanted to be important because he wanted to be acknowledged.
That's exactly. That's
like
hand in hand. I'm not saying this shit.
Asta wasn't the same case.
I'm not saying they're the exact same thing. I'm saying they're very similar.
Yeah, they're similar, but like at the same time, they're really not that similar as the people are saying.
I mean, I'm just saying, y'all can't act like the Wizard King isn't the Hokage of Black Clover.
Well, anything. Well, you're basically like That's for any show, like
Actually,
any
it's
high
not.
standing.
Okay, too. You say that, but name
That's
a
not
few.
actually.
Name
Hold on,
some
hold on,
more
hold on.
shows.
Name some
Hold
more
on.
shows. The Pirate King is just like the
The
top
Pirate
pirate.
King is not like being Hokage at all, bro.
Hold on, hold
But
on,
you said
hold on.
okay,
The
it's
Wizard
not.
King is not the Hokage.
It's not.
The Wizard King is not
Wizard
the
King
Hokage.
runs everything.
The
How
Wizard
is the
King
Wizard
is
King not the Hokage?
Okay, the
the Wizard King is specifically. Hold on. The Wizard King is only specifically in charge of the army, pretty much the magical
That is
army.
literally what the Hokage is, bro. Hokage
Oh, the
is not
Hokage runs the entire village altogether.
But
There's a actual king
you gotta
inside
understand that
Clover Kingdom, and it's not
ninja
Yeah.
villages exist for military purposes, though. So Hokage is basically what you would basically like a general of the army. You have the ninja villages, and then you have the entire land that they exist in, which is run by the daimyo or whatever they're called. So Hokage is not even the ruler of the entire land. They're just the ruler of this specific village, which is basically a military organization, which is exactly what the Wizard King is also. So,
I'll
like,
give you
they're
that,
literally the
Hero.
same.
But like the thing is, like I don't know why, like after like we already said it, like after all this time, there's like stories that can be like similar to other ones. It's a shonen trope, and like
But
you
I'm
can
saying
like
you didn't name any.
I know,
So
I know, I
name
know.
some.
But I'm saying like if you can watch like fuck, I just fucking lost my whole point right there. Shit, hold on.
Like you brought up like Pirate King. I don't.
Okay,
think
no.
the
Okay,
Pirate
I'll
King-
take that one back. Pirate King
Okay.
is like he's a pirate and he's not really like leading anything. So I'll take that back. I'll just.
The Wizard King is more like the Secretary of Defense, and the actual king is the president.
But like as long as the
Hokage is
as
just
long as the
Hokage
core
is, so that's still the
story,
same.
as long as the core
the
story is
the
different for a
Hokage
show,
would be more considered just the president.
well,
He's
as
not
long
the
as the
president because there's someone higher than him. So what are you talking about?
hold on. As long as the
No,
core,
if you're talking about feudal lords,
The feudal lords are higher than the Hokage, bro.
okay, but that's like
So how would that make the Hokage the president if he's not the highest authority?
because like the president
He's
isn't the
literally-
highest authority
the
in the world.
president
literally the
isn't the
attorney
highest
general.
authority.
He's in charge of the military.
Are you talking like bring real life in this? The president can't do whatever the fuck he wants. He has to.
I'm just saying, Hokage plays more of like the role of like an attorney general, where he's like in charge of like the military forces. That's what the hidden villages are.
Same with the president. To be honest,
Well, like actually, it's for the president. It's to a degree, but because the president is partially in charge while like also not being in charge. So it's like the president has the title of being in charge, but he can't out on his
If
own.
you break it down, bro, the Hokage,
Okay. Look,
no matter
that's what
how
I'm
you
saying.
slice it,
That's
the
why I want
Hokage
to
is not in
squash.
charge.
I just want to squash what we're talking about because I was gonna say that as long as I don't care how many tropes it'll take from other like there's a bunch of shonen tropes and all that, and it's like kind of similar, but it has its own twist to it and has its own characters, like, and it makes some great characters in Black Clover, and that's what differentiates it from Naruto. So like you can like it for like different like.
Okay, but that differentiation
cap.
comes over time. People who are just picking up Black Clover in the first couple of chapters,
I
could
mean,
you blame them for saying this is a Naruto clone? Could you blame them for saying that?
I mean, but like, yeah, because like you need to like literally give it. It's a new show. It's not gonna be Naruto. It's just,
But it was literally a Naruto clone in that sense. Literally, main character, a loser, wants to be this grand authority. The titles are essentially the same thing. They're interchangeable. You could literally put Hokage in place of Wizard King. They do literally the exact same thing almost. They are the same. So it's like, can you blame someone for picking up Black Clover in the start of the manga and saying, yo, this is a Naruto clone?
I mean, they could say that, but
Yeah.
you gotta give every show a chance. Like, I could totally blame them for just dropping a show just because
But I'm just
it's similar
saying,
to
like,
another
you're
one.
saying that those people were bandwagon, like they're riding on a bandwagon for saying.
I mean, some people like
talking
give the show a chance.
That
as
is a
far as
bandwagon
hating the
ass,
show,
like
no. As far as hating the show, that's riding on a bandwagon. Saying it's similar to another show is something different. Because I mean, Bleach copied damn near all the Hunter x Hunter, but nobody ever says anything about that.
How did
Because
Bleach?
it's because new
drop the
shows,
series-
new
hold on,
shows, they won't do that. Go ahead.
if you drop the series, your reason is
it has similar tropes as another shonen, you sound dumb. I mean, aside like if the plot is actually good and you're ignoring it because of a shonen trope, then I don't know. It's multiple like it's you see multiple cases of it. I lob that in with like a mob mentality. Like she
But we've
being
already had a discussion, bro. I don't think Black Clover's plot is that great. Like, my reasons for dropping Black Clover goes beyond like superficial first impressions, like it being a Naruto clone. I read the novel. I read the manga up until basically where they're at right now in the anime. The anime is a little bit further than when I dropped it, but that's how far I read the manga, and I dropped it at that point
You a
because
hater and go. Tired of it.
that doesn't make me a hater.
or just say you hate Aizen and leave, my nigga.
Exactly, bro.
I
What
knew
the
this
fuck?
nigga.
Just wait till these sales rise, dog. For God.
That's what I'm saying about Fire Force. Niggas is waking up though. I love it. I love
Nobody is waking up, bro.
Niggas is definitely waking up. That's why we like what? We like 5th in manga sales right now. But hey, bro. Yeah,
I think Dr. Stone is better than.
I think it's the same
Fire
thing.
Force.
I think it's the same thing with like Demon
Dr.
Slayer.
Stone
We're
heat
talking
too.
the same thing we're talking about Black Clover is the same thing with like Demon Slayer, but like of course like the opinions are pretty stupid. Like people who like it's probably they're casuals
Because
and they like
people
it.
like Hero bandwagon.
I'm just saying like Fire Force is
You
doing
call
really
me a
good in the
bandwagon,
market.
bro?
But I still fucks with I fucks with Demon Slayer heavy, like the manga and all that.
Everybody go read Fire Force. We doing pretty good right now.
Dr. Stone doing better though.
And I know sales aren't
Go
that.
read
I thought I swear I saw that Dr. Stone was gonna get axed in Japan. And niggas ain't like
You
that.
said that. I
Man,
went
shut
looking
up,
for. I
too.
went looking for that. I never found any article or anything.
Two is
saying.
out here making up BS for no reason.
No, I
Just
heard
so he
about
can push
it.
Demon Slayer.
No,
As far as manga goes, they're both doing like.
I don't know.
Right there.
They were. I saw videos.
Oh no, I was talking.
I
was
saw
talking
actual
Hero.
YouTube videos.
I don't know about.
So what you're saying
like
is you peddlers and you ain't check their sources.
no, they were pretty big YouTubers. I would have to go back and look, but I ain't trying to look now. It's fucking dead.
All I'm saying is y'all, Fire Force. Tune in every Friday.
Anyways, go read Dr. Stone.
I like Fire Force,
Right,
but
read Dr. Stone.
I honestly
read both. Fuck what they talk about.
No, I'll read both, but I honestly am more intrigued by Dr. Stone than Fire Force. Like Fire Force is cool, but like the story wise, I don't fuck with Fire Force as much. Like it's cool and all, but
Dr. Stone is just such a breath of fresh air, dog. Like
That
shit is amazing.
Shit amazing.
It's just so different and unique, but it's still so entertaining.
Yeah, it's fire. It ain't Fire Force.
Oh, brother. And the anime looks incredible, too. Soundtrack slaps as well.
Brother, this guy stinks.
This nigga, you a Black Clover stan. Please, silence.
Shut up. That's just fire.
Go sit
No
down.
kids, like you don't stand Gundam out here. Go sit down.
Go read Seven Deadly Sins. That new chapter dropped.
That's why I know this
Chapter
nigga's
Sins
peddlers,
dropped,
bro.
Hey man, just wait till Black Clover gets on the rise, dog. You ain't gonna be saying
You
shit.
said that like it was supposed to mean something. Like,
So you
This
read that
nigga
new
be out here
chapter of
pushing
Sins?
Gundam.
Yeah,
Tell
the
him go
chapter
sit
Sins.
his board ass
People
down somewhere.
also there's a lot of people that also like bandwagon hate on Sins. Like everyone was hating on it for like because the Nakaba like did that fake chapter shit and everyone was like, oh, this shit garbage. Oh. But if you actually read it, like
nothing
that shit's still
in that
pretty fire.
chapter. Nothing in that chapter said this was the end. Like,
Yeah, like
that's your
it said it was
dumb
the
shit.
end, but if you think about it, bro, y'all don't. There was so much shit still left behind, and everyone was calling it garbage. Oh, it's garbage. He like forgot all about all this shit, and when he goes and says, "Oh yeah, this ain't the end. I ain't forget about any of this." Oh, this shit's still garbage. Like what? Oh,
That shit did not say it was the end. That shit was saying that they was gonna go to the demon world together. Nothing specifically said, well, this is the last chapter. Like, nigga, what?
You know, like,
I don't know that prologue. I thought it was so much about.
you good now? You good now? Go ahead.
I was sitting here wondering. I was trying to check my computer and shit to wonder if it was me or who.
What happened?
I was
Wait,
like,
what's
the
up?
stream not lagging.
Niggas finished the anime and then was reading the manga and still like, how the fuck do you watch the anime and be like, oh yeah, this shit's ending here? Because like from what I be seeing mostly on my channel, there's people that like were reading and watching, and I just don't see how you could possibly think that it was gonna end there. Even when I was catching up, it didn't seem
It
like
didn't
that
make
was a
sense.
closure, like a climax.
Got the
What was
fact that
that?
like the Supreme Goddess was out there too, but that's just my opinion. I still think it's not going to end after they beat the Demon King, but it might. Who knows?
People mainly were saying that like the high points weren't as high in the show, like as they were before.
I think they just need to shut the hell up.
Like I forget what they said. They were like, yeah, well, once Escanor like got yeah, I was in a bunch of places where like niggas were like, yeah, once Escanor like, damn, I don't want to like spoil anything. Once Escanor like was done with his mode and his fights were done, everyone thought it was like weak, or the high points weren't as high.
Oh,
Man,
sis.
so y'all got anything else y'all trying to talk about?
I actually
good over here.
thought about something. It was something I was gonna bring up that I forgot though. But
Yeah, I did peep that TPN is good. Goldie Pawn arc.
Yeah,
Fire.
honestly, really good. Season 2 is gonna be good. After that, I don't know.
I'm like 8 chapters behind. How did they go?
So, Aizen, you remember what you were gonna say or no?
nah, I don't. We can go ahead.
Yeah, you might as well wrap it up. So, thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Superior Minds podcast on the Superior channel. We're gonna go ahead. Y'all got any plugs? Y'all can plug before you go.
I uploaded a new video to my YouTube channel, Shaun Warrior. It's another fan-made visual and in representation of Triple X Tentacion. Go fuck with it. Go support me.
I also, were you about to go, Rambo? Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, all y'all send me that stuff so I can put it on the video when we upload it.
Right. And
Gotcha.
Send it on Discord, by the way.
I also recently uploaded. I uploaded like 2 videos like yesterday and the day before, so go check those out. Black Clover. My channel is Kiso Live. I typically post every other day. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all.
all right, and everybody's links are gonna be in the description of the YouTube video. We're gonna have everybody links to our social media accounts and also YouTube and Twitch accounts. So go fuck with us. Y'all go ahead and follow me on Twitter. That's at XXXGHero. That is XXXGHero. Show me some love.
That nigga said he needs some help for his content pushing on Gundam.
Give me some love.
So he needs
Show a
love.
nigga some love.
It don't cost nothing to show niggas some love out here. That's all I'm saying.
Wabbity dabbity.
Nah, but all right, y'all. We gonna be heading out. Only thing I gotta say is we should have some of the older podcasts put up by the end of the week. We'll be going up as soon as possible. And as far as
on
the channel,
as far as our posting schedule goes, we'll be trying to the best of our ability to record an episode every week on Wednesdays or maybe Thursdays. So
yeah, we'll definitely probably be live every Wednesday. It'll probably be posted by it'll probably be posted and uploaded by Thursday Eastern time. So
yeah, next time we go live, we will be expecting y'all to give us y'all feedback on Fire Force, or we're gonna have some problems. But
Oh, here he go.
other than that,
live chat. We make it live for no reason.
Halloween. You heard?
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Bro, I ain't
Have a
even
beautiful
go out and
rest of
get
your
candy,
week.
bro. I'm like,
Keep your spirits up.
Got that etchy Halloween thread going. We moved.
Yes.
I fell asleep, so I don't know if I should even continue that.
Oh Lord.
This dude.
All right, bro. We signing off. Y'all be good.
All right.
all right.
Peace and love. Deuces, y'all.